Welcome to Learn to Fly Fish. The topic of this video is false casting. I'm going to show you what false casting looks like. Now you may ask yourself, why do I really want to know how to false cast? And do I need to get good at it? Well, I would say yes. And there's several reasons why you want to be able to develop a good false cast with a nice narrow loop that's aerodynamic and accurate. First reason is you can change directions with a false cast. So I can change my direction as I false cast to another target. I can also use this to lengthen my cast and to shorten my cast. So I can false cast, extend line. I can also use it to shorten my line. If I'm dry fly fishing, I want to dry off my fly, a couple of false casts, dries the fly off so it's buoyant again. And also this is a precursor to double hauling. It's very difficult to learn how to double haul and increase distance if you don't first develop a good false cast. So I'm going to go back over now. I'm going to go through the steps of a false cast and explain in a little detail each step. I like to teach the false casting in basically 5 steps with repetitive stops and pauses. I'm just going to say the steps and do the cast. So 1, I start. 2, I accelerate to a stop. 3, pause. 4, accelerate to a stop, pause. Accelerate to a stop, pause. Accelerate to a stop, pause. Stop, pause, stop, pause, stop, pause, stop, pause, and drop. Now let me go through those steps in a little bit of detail. In step 1, I always want to start with my line straight out in front of me, my rod tip down close to the water. Now that's where I need the roll cast. I can use a roll cast to straighten my line if I need to, or if I'm fishing in current, it's pulled my line downstream. I use that current to help me straighten my line, start my false casts. Now in step 2, I'm going to accelerate to a stop. And that means, I'm going to pin the line against the cork here. That means I start moving the rod slowly and increase speed and come to a nice abrupt stop. Now in step 3, I'm going to pause. I pause only long enough for that fly line to straighten out before I begin my next casting stroke. Now in step 4, I'm going to accelerate again to a forward stop. Now because I am casting a fixed amount of line, my stops in the back and in the front are going to be the same each cast. I'm going to get into that a little bit later in a more advanced video of how to increase the distance as we cast. But right now, I'm stopping my rod at about 1 o'clock in the back and at about 10:30 in the front for a fixed amount of line at 40 feet. Now, depending on the rod you're casting with, if it's a very slow action rod, in other words, it has a lot more flexibility than this one, I need to widen that or increase my stops. I may be stopping at, say, 1:30 in the back and 10:30 or so in the front. Hopefully that is understandable. Now I can repeat these stops and starts as many times as I need to until I feel as my fly is dried off enough so my dry fly floats again, or my fly is over the target and I'm happy with where if the cast is going to end up. So and then in step 5, of course, after I stop, I let the line unroll and I follow it down with my rod tip. Okay, that is false casting in a nutshell. Okay, thank you for watching this video on false casting. Now I hope you know why you need to false cast, why you need to get good at it, and to practice false casting. Okay, stay tuned for the next video, which is going to be incorporating the line hand, which is going to be your non-casting hand, into your casting. Okay, thanks for watching.